Hey everyone, welcome to video 3 of my Facebook Live series. What I'm going to talk about today is my first experience of knowing about passive income and how it changed my mindset completely. I remember I remember when I was, since I was in college and since I graduated, I always dreamed of, getting a great job, having continuous raise after raise after raise until retirement, to have a pension for life. This is what most of us has been raised to do. And I've got a first opportunity back in 2014, which was, in the network marketing. I was introduced to it by one of my friends, and one of the great things I got from network marketing, even though I utterly failed, to be honest, with no excuses, to be honest. Is that I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, one of the greatest things about this book, and this is why I wanted to talk about it in this video. I know I've talking about this story before, but I wanted to stress about it, and I want to talk about the one of the most important things that I've read in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. And this is why I said, for those of you who haven't read it, I highly advise you to do so. One of the main things that I read about the book, and one of the main things that the book was talking about is about the quadrant cash flow. As he explained, I'll just explain it briefly, that there are 4 types of people. There is the employee, there is the small business owner, there is the big business owner, okay, and there is the investor. Now, I wish I could draw that, but just to show you. But just take it this way: the employee and the small business are both part of the active income people. Why? Because they need to continuously work to get money. If they stop working, they don't get money. Like if you're an employee, like most people are, I think most of you are, would you be able to take 6 months or 9 months of vacation? In most cases you won't, unless you have a very big reason to do that, something with health issue. But otherwise, in most cases, you won't be accepted for more than 1 month per year to take vacation, for most of works. So that's the thing. Otherwise, you need to come in order to make money to get your pension. Otherwise, you'll be kicked out of work and you stop generating money. Same thing with a small company. Let's say with the small shops, okay, or a place in which you don't have employees yet, or very limited number of employees. You will need to keep maintaining the business. You will need to keep watching it. You will need to, be there physically. If you have a shop, selling anything, you will have to be there physically so that you know how your market is going, to make sure that the money you're getting is is correct, for these reasons, and to get your business going. If you stop working, and honestly, for those people who have small shops or very small businesses, it's a pain more than the employee. Why? Because the employee, he finishes work and then he has nothing to do until the next day. He just chills for the rest of the day. Well, for this business owner, the small business owner, he has paid for it. he has, given, a quite amount of investment. Even the smallest shop would cost something like 5 to 10 grand. Okay, so since he has put money on it, he will work and work and work and keep the effort until he, get to the equilibrium level in which he gets the money that he paid for, and then he begins profiting, if he's successful after 1 or 1.5 years. So those are the active income, and those, those mainly are what I knew before. Even when I, talk to my friends about making a business in the IT field, I thought of it as this way: the active income way, that we keep working to get clients to get money. Otherwise, we won't get clients, we won't get money. Now, what I didn't know about, and I discovered throughout the reading of this book and, the change of mindset, is the other side of the business, which is having a big business. Having a big business is something like having, a significant amount of of employees under you. And it's not about the employees. It's about having a system that works for you. Like, for the big businesses like banks, insurance companies, some industrial companies, whatever, they have a system. They have a CEO and vice CEOs, managers, employees. So they have a system under them working. So you don't see the owner of the bank, coming to the bank every day and keep working. There are people who are working for him and he gets the money. This is how it is. It's the harsh truth, but this is how it is. This is why the most the most rich people are the people who don't make a lot of effort. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had a lot of effort before, but because this effort was to make a system, eventually their effort gets less and their profits gets higher. This is when you get the financial freedom. So there are two types: the as I said, the big businesses that has systems below them, within them, and as investors. Like if I buy a real estate, let's say I bought a house or a flat or a building, an apartment building. I don't need to work to get the rent. If I rent it, I don't need to work every day to get that rental. I just find a tenant, okay, negotiate with him on the price, make the contract, and I get my payment, on regular basis, monthly, yearly, weekly, according to the agreement. So while this is why successful people and rich people, they really need they all consider investment, real estate, as part of their investments, because it's simply just buy it, sell it for a higher price, or rent it and forget about it. Getting the pensions. Okay, so this is the thing. The passive income, which are the businesses that have systems below it, and being an investor, buying real estate, okay, or commodities, like such as let's say real estate, okay, and commodities, even gold, can sometimes play that role, because you it's like you buy the gold and sell it for a higher price later, so you get profit out of it. But let's stick to the real estate here, okay, real estate investment. So these two money works for you. While on the other two, which are the active income, you work for the money. Now you see the difference, right? You see the difference. So this book has given me an insight of you need to create a system for yourself, whether a business or as an investor. Create a system for yourself. Create a system. So being an investor, you won't need to work to get the rent, but you will need to, if the tenant needs something, you will need to go and check the house or the flat. If there is a problem that needs to be fixed, you need to go to take the rent. There are things that you need to do. But if you hire people to do this stuff, you have a system. So this is why you get less work and more profit. Why? Because you're distributing the work so you can concentrate on having more investments. You concentrate on the core thing. Same thing for the businesses that have a system. You concentrate on, additional services for your business and give it to other people. They'll do it. Okay? You will be the ideas guy. That's how it is. And even later on, you can, put someone who's the ideas guy and do nothing. If you create, serious a serious system, a serious, what is it called? A serious asset. Okay. If you make a real asset and you make it on a strong foundation, here's when the pile of money will get into your bank account with even less effort every time. That's the secret. This was one, of course, there are many things that I've learned from this book, but this was one of the most valuable things I learned from that book, and it changed my brain significantly. It didn't get me money instantly, but it changed my way of thinking, instead of, staying as an employee and, just relying on that. No, I would start making a system. Whatever business you are in, just concentrate on making a system. Have success on it first, okay? Take extra effort until you are successful on this and can make a system. And then you'll have the financial freedom. This is one of the most insightful things I've learned from this book, and I wanted to share it with you. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.